Hey guys, welcome back to Eric's Hobby Workshop. Today I got a very special video for you. I'm taking you on a tour of the ruined city I've been building for the past couple months. Let's get to it. So I started this project a few months ago with this little building here. You probably recognize it because I made a tutorial about it and it's up on the channel. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go check it out, because this little building, in this tutorial, I cover most of the techniques that I use for all the rest of the buildings. Once I had this basic building complete, I made one that was taller but pretty similar. Obviously you can see it uses the same construction techniques, but I put this little front roof on the front, I added some columns, give it a nice little different look from the street. I also added this little hole in the side. Now, the back of these things is ruined because, you know, the game I'm playing, Mordheim, in that world, a meteor has hit the city and half shattered everything, I guess. But in my mind, this wasn't from that. This was from later bands of mercenaries cutting a hole in the wall so they can make a hasty escape or maneuver more easily during an ambush or something like that. Next, I built this one. This one, as you can see, doesn't have a roof on it, so it's actually simpler to build. But it's got this cool front facade that I'm really pleased with. This is all just coffee stir sticks, by the way. Coffee stir sticks, bam, 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 but it adds a lot of detail. And you can see we got this little window right here, eh? And that is just sculptor's mesh and toothpicks to make that window, and then I slotted it right in there. As usual, the construction is foam board and balsa wood and coffee stir sticks. As you can see, you can get a lot of varied, cool results with this stuff. So I'm pretty pleased with that. No real word on how you could shatter every pane of a diamond glass window without damaging the leading itself. It would have to be maybe a small guy with a hammer, just bing, 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 bing. That's neither here nor there. After that one, I made this one here. And this one, as you can see, is a little bit different in that it has this overhang, this jettying effect, which is common in medieval buildings. And it has it on two sides rather than just the one. So this is real good for like a street corner or something like that. And as you can see, I did this little graffiti fish here. And the fish is a symbol of Mordheim. And more Lego windows. And this different roof line as well adds a little bit of variation. Very cool, very cool. Next, I made this one here. This is like kind of a covered bridge thing. I don't know if I've ever seen a piece of architecture that looks exactly like this or what the purpose of this would, but it looks kind of right. It looks kind of the part. I wanted to have some arches. I wanted to have a covered bridge, sort of buttressy looking thing. Or not buttress, what's the word I'm looking for? Hoarding? Or, yeah, like a hoarding. So, I mean, this has that covered bridge look that's pretty cool. And I'm pretty pleased with this. Like, it's just EPS insulation foam, that pink foam that you insulate your houses with, at least here in North America. And you can see I glued a barrel to one side and a crate to the other side. And my reasoning for doing that was just purely for stability reasons. That makes it much less unstable, even though it is still kind of unstable. And I also, you can see, drilled some screws into the bottom there. And that's just to add a little bit of weight so it wasn't so top heavy. But yeah, this one's really cool because you can put it in the background and get some secondary layers, and it just looks a little different. The next one I made was this one here, and this one is a big boy. This is what I imagine would be a very wealthy merchant's house or even an inn. Actually, funny story. I was reading a book about the Rothschild family, and their name, I guess Rothschild, is German for red shield, because they lived in a house in the, I think it was the Frankfurt ghetto that had a red shield on it. A fun little callback, I guess, to that, whatever. But yeah, this one, as you can see, has a lot of interior levels going on in there, and this really cool sort of attic area. Lots of places for guys to stand, nice little balcony, very cleverly, strategically broke the handrail here, so you can put a platform up to there and head on over to the next building. And lots of nice little windows, and again a nice varied roof line, so it looks cool from the street. And then I made this one. This one is, as you can see, a nice tall one, same as the inn, the red shield sort of house. I added a little bit of green for a little bit of color variation, and that's pretty cool. But also you can see it has stonework for the first floor and some of the second floor here on this part. And that was done with little bricks of foam, and it was a real pain in the booty, let me tell you. But it's kind of worth it. I shouldn't point out my own mistakes, but I will. Even though I put some Mod Podge on this thing before I painted it, when I sprayed it with the spray paint, I guess I did it so hard and heavy that it melted some of the foam. But I might cover that with a little bit of ivy or something, or I might just leave it. Could be somebody got hit with some flaming spell, maybe soul fire from my warrior priest right in front of there. Hey, add a little bit of narrative quality. Cover up your mistakes. Make them happy little accidents. Right on, right on, right on. Here's another piece I made. This is important. This is just a little riser. Again, made of that pink polystyrene insulation foam. And this was just done sitting in front of the TV with my wife, just carving brick after brick after brick after brick. This is the type of thing that serial killers do when they have an unlimited amount of time in their cells. And it's not good for your sanity to carve something this way, let me tell you. That's why this is the only one of these that I have, even though it's a really cool, versatile piece of terrain. It's just mind-numbing to carve this many bricks, and I can't believe that I did it. But once I had it started, I kind of had to finish. So, yeah. This one, I also think it's cool. I mean, I got some lizard men, or as you newfangled folk call them, the Seraphon. But yeah, you put one of those on there, all of a sudden, this is looking more like a piece of Inca architecture or something from a temple city, right? So I always like when the versatility and modularity of the terrain transcends even the setting, and you get double, triple bang for your buck in other settings. And we will be making some jungle terrain and some temple city stuff. So don't worry, that's coming. What else? Oh, I almost forgot. This is the coolest one, maybe. My favorite, actually. The bent house. And when I say bent house, it's kind of two houses. It's kind of two houses, but the real cool part about this is this bent house gives a real cool impression of a medieval alleyway, a medieval street, really easily. Because in a lot of medieval cities I've found when doing my research for this stuff and looking at inspiration images on Pinterest and things like that, the houses are pressed right up against each other. And even some of these early ones that I made, like these two press pretty well against each other, but there's still a little gap. You know, they don't have that seamless sort of squished up, built next to each other look that this one has. And so even though so I did a stone foundation on the one side, and as you can see, if you look in there, there's even a staircase. That was a pain to do, but it was worth it. And then yeah, another cool feature about this is I designed these ruined roofs in a clever way so I can always fit my fat hand in there to put a model in there. And I have real fat hands, let me tell you. So yeah, boom, 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 boom. Very playable. Some little holes in there so you can see, so you can attach some bridges, get a nice varied look. And this level here, the bottom level on this house, is the only part in the whole city that you can't actually go in. This is just blocked off. And I did that because I couldn't figure out a way, you guessed it, to get my fat hand in there. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I've been working on. Now I'm going to cut away to a fun little reel, a little short film, if you will, set in the City of the Damned. Stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoy. So, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, the whole song and dance. You guys know the deal by now. If you want to support the channel, Patreon's a cool way. You can just send me a message on Instagram, tell me how much you like that, pump me up a little bit. Not that I need any more pumping with my ego the way it is. But, no, I'm kidding. I always need a little bit more, so hit me up. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of Eric's Hobby Workshop, where we'll be back to tutorials on Eric's Hobby Workshop.